Hey guys, today I'm going to redo the cable management on the Antec 900 for the 100th time, it would seem. It was in pretty good shape until we added the fan controller, and all the extra cables and stuff from the fan controller kind of made a mess of things. Plus I'd like to flip the hard drive around and get the cables around to the front of that, just so they're not sticking out here anymore, and see if we can tidy things up a little. On the back side, it's not too bad. I don't think we're going to do much changes over here. They're routed pretty good, except for maybe eliminating some of these Molexes. I think I might end up cutting some of these wires off and soldering them, and get rid of some of these Molex connectors so that the side cover will fit on a little better. But for the main part, I think mostly around the drives and doing something with that fan controller, just to get rid of some of that spaghetti that we got in there. So I just wanted to take a little before video, and I'm going to start tearing stuff apart and see what we can eliminate and reroute. Well, once again, what started out as a fairly simple project has turned into a pretty big one. Seems like we pretty much have to gut everything to rerun all the wires. Even though I wasn't even going to do anything in the back, I am going to end up having to do some changes back there, as well as pulling the drive bays out to turn the hard drive around, and trying to do something different with the fan wire controllers. So I just wanted to get a shot of the mess that I made, so you can kind of see how much I had to take apart just to fix a few wires. Well, I just wanted to mention it's always a good idea if you're dealing with a lot of wires like this, if you plan on cutting them and soldering them, splicing them, so you don't get confused over which one went to what. I always put some masking tape labels on them, and then write on there what each wire is running, so that when it comes time to hook them all together into the controller, I'll know exactly which fans are going to which knob on the controller. Well, we're pretty well done with it for now. You can see the wires for the fan controller are much neater than they were before. We got them all running out the side. Flip the hard drive over, put the cables around in the front on that. The fans have a lot of free space there to flow air through. Rerouted some of the cables around the back. See if I can spin this around for you. It's kind of a heavy case to try to do with one hand. There we go. And here's all our cables for the fan controller, all of our top fans, front fans, rear fans. Everything's running through this bunch here. Most of these cables are the same, except for the serial one for the CD-ROM. We had done a little bit differently, but just wanted to show you on the table here. This was all the connectors we eliminated. These were all the different fan connectors, pass-throughs, whatnot that were on there. Actually, I think there's a couple other ones, some other wires that I took off the fan that aren't here. But just to give you an idea of how much we were actually able to remove, and just be able to solder all of these cables together and get rid of all that mess that we had. It's going to make it a lot easier to get the covers on. One thing we're going to do before we start this one up is, because we did do a lot of splicing wires and soldering and whatnot, just to be safe, I'm going to unplug the powers from the video cards and also pop the 24 pin off the motherboard, and we're just going to jump start the power supply just to make sure all the fans are working, the controller's working good, just in case if we do have a short in the system. I don't want it to affect the motherboard or processor or video cards, any of the expensive stuff in it. Unfortunately, the power supply will be the only one that's going to be subject to maybe taking a hit if something is wrong. But just to be safe, I think that's the best way to do it, especially after doing so many wires. So that's it for tonight. Tomorrow morning when I get up, I will power this up and check it, and we'll see how we did.